right, Fish Hawk Hockey, period 3, about to start. It's really warm here again. It's good hockey today. Good showing. A couple of new guys that can really play. So, here we go.
The third period ended up in a 4-4 tie. The teams were evenly matched. The play was balanced back and forth. Definitely got back to basics, made a few good saves, and was feeling better about my overall play. And that's one of the reasons I come here and play every week, right? You know, I have a full schedule of games that I could easily go play and kind of do away with playing as much street hockey, but the street hockey allows me to work on my game.
That ended up 4-4. We're heading to OT. Start of OT. I must move and be quick. Be cat. I'll be a cat.
And then we went to overtime. And in overtime, which is what they count here in Fish Hawk hockey, this is where they keep the records, we had a rarity. We had a 5-0 shutout. Getting a shutout on this court is very difficult. Doesn't happen often. I was happy to walk off the court with a shutout.
We got a nutcracker. Jose got it in the nuts, I believe.
And I felt the keys in getting the shutout was my quick movements. It was reading the play and just fast movements in the net. Move, read, react, get in position, take away the angle, and play on top of my crease.
All right, it is, we were looking forward to this one for a while. Both teams are undefeated. We're playing the Black Aces, but unfortunately, we don't have our best. We're missing a few guys. So, consensus say we might be in for a long game. We'll see. We'll see if that's true. How about the new shirt?
After Fish Hawk hockey ended, it was quick couple hours of recovery, if that. And then it was off to Brandon, which is about 30 minutes away from me. And it was time to get ready for my Golden Knights game. We were trying to stay perfect on the season. And we were up against Black. And we were missing a few players, which is interesting because when we do the draft here for the 50 and over league, they rate all the players. They'll rate you 1 through 5, 5 being the best. And each team will get the same amount of level players. And so my point is, when you're missing a 4 or a 5 out of your lineup, your chances of winning are less. So on this particular game against Black, we knew, we come into the locker room and we're missing a 5 guy and we're missing a 4. So we're definitely underpowered, undermanned here and thinking, this could be a long game. But the 3s and 4s stepped up. Everybody stepped up. The 1, 2s, 3s, we all stepped up and we played a great game. I got burned on coming out of the net. I think that's one of the things that I do when I feel like I need to help my defensemen. If they're getting beat to a puck in the corners, I'll come way out of the net to play it. Or, if it's a puck kind of a 50-50 puck, I may overstep and try to get to it. And in this game, I got burned. I come out to get it. The kid poked it away from me and shot it into the empty net as I went sprawling across the ice, as you'll see. And that happens once in a while, but, that's the trade-off. If you're helping the team all throughout the game, clearing pucks, getting pucks into the corners, avoiding breakaways by leaving a puck, out there, then go for it. Once in a while, it's going to backfire and the puck's going to end up in the net. It happens. But I'm not changing anything. So at one point in this game, we're trailing 2-1 and then came back with 3 unanswered goals to win the game 4-2. Again, very impressive. Improves our record to 4-0. After playing street hockey in the morning in Fish Hawk, and then ice hockey in the afternoon in Brandon, I made my way over to Tampa Airport to catch a flight to Boston. Ever since 1996, I have been the commissioner of the M Street Softball League in South Boston, Massachusetts. The league consists of over 30 competitive softball teams that compete for the M Street Cup. My responsibilities as the commissioner include permitting, scheduling, collecting money, updating the website, you name it. Photos, stories, it's everything. I do it all. For the 2022 season, I actually commuted back and forth from Florida to Boston to play in the league. Since moving to Florida, that wasn't the case. I was still the commissioner. I would go there at the beginning of the season in May and then return in September and would have my associates running everything while I wasn't there. But in the 2022 season, I returned as a player, which meant I was away from home quite often. It's taking at least a flight a month. I drove to Boston on a couple of occasions, and it was a lot. It was a lot of time away from my family, my beautiful wife. It was a lot of time away from our woodworking business. And it was also time away from the hockey teams that I had joined here in Florida.
Hi, referee. I'm all right. I think they got it back there. We're ready to roll. Yep.
With the softball league up and running, my very demanding week came to a close. I then caught a flight back to Tampa just in time to play in my late afternoon hockey game. I was tired, my muscles were tight, and I was hoping for a light workload.
Go, Mark.
I got beat on another great shot, as you'll see here, which went over my shoulder and right into my camera. It's like one of the very few times my camera actually gets hit. And we got it right here on film. Cool stuff. Yes, the camera was okay. I have like a protective case around it, so all good there.
Got my D-man redirecting pucks 10 feet out. Yikes.
When the third period rolled around, I was loose, I was feeling better, I was awake, and we were holding on to a 2-1 lead late, very late. There was like 2 minutes left, and I got beat by this shot, which I'd like to have back. Slow, far post. Maybe I didn't see it. There was a lot of bodies moving around there. When you look at the video, we played a 5-minute overtime. There were no goals. That was it. We were no longer perfect, but we were still undefeated, 4-0-1. In the next episode, my hockey schedule gets busier as I begin playing for the Gulf Coast Goons. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and thank you for watching.